And we're on the air in 3, 2, 1.
Speedy TV, live from the National Veterans Wheelchair Games, a service of Paralyzed Veterans of America.
Back with more of the 34th National Veterans Wheelchair Games here in Philadelphia on Speedy TV. I'm Tim Pogo. Right now we're going to have a look at one of this year's exhibition events. It's going on behind me right now, and you know, it's not a soft game when full helmets and face shields are involved, also padding and sticks. Talking about adaptive lacrosse. Meet Ernie Butler. He's the Director of Sports and Recreation for the PVA, and you do a lot of work around the clock, throughout the whole year for the wheelchair games. Talking to us a little bit about your involvement in getting Philly ready as a host city.
Yeah, we've probably made up to 9 site visits here to Philadelphia, coming in with both the VA team and the PVA team. It's very much a partnership between the two organizations. Working with the local organizing committee that's here, set up by the local VA hospital. We come in, we do all the site venue checks, we work to get the hotel contracts in place, the convention center, all of the different venues. We go ahead and do site visits at every one of them. We work with the people that run the centers that we're going to be using. So yeah, it's a pretty busy job.
Absolutely. All the athletes show up to compete, but your work has already been done. Yeah,
we're already working on Dallas for next year. We've had several site visits, and we've got a whole team site visit 3 weeks after these games are over.
Now, the annual games is a marquee event, but describe some other work throughout the year around the country.
Well, you can see we're playing wheelchair lacrosse here right now. That's a new venture for PVA that we're trying to help bring to the disabled community as another team sport. We're also building our bocce program along with our existing trap shooting, bass fishing, hand cycling, the PBR racing team, bowling, and billiards. So yeah, we have a crew that works year-round sport and recreating. Dirty job, somebody's got to do it.
That's right. What's it take for an event to be an exhibition and then to graduate to an actual official event?
Well, a number of things. It has to be something that we know will work for the guys, you know, that they can take home and play at home. There has to be an open event slot because, you know, we're already filling up a whole week with events, so you can't just add another program to the venue and think it's going to work. There has to be a slot to put it in. It has to be something that we know the people are interested in doing. Has to be balanced, you know, because we don't want to take away a quad sport and add a para sport. And so you have to really look at a lot of different factors. Also, the popularity of a sport.
Well, Ernie, thanks for your hard work, and we're going to meet some of these guys playing lacrosse now. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's great. We'd love to have you meet them.
This is Ryan Baker, who is not only out there competing in the lacrosse exhibition, you played quite a part in making it happen, didn't you?
Yeah. We're here representing Wheelchair Lacrosse USA, and we were invited by the PVA to come and be a part of the games and conduct a demo of wheelchair lacrosse.
So the background, so there it is, right? The WLUSA, right?
WLUSA, it's Wheelchair Lacrosse USA.
You don't have a background in lacrosse, do you? And that actually kind of shows you that anybody can pick this up if they're injured.
Anybody can play and pick it up. Currently, we have 8 programs across the country, and more than half of the guys that are participating in those current programs never picked up a stick in their life. I never played, you know, growing up or in high school. I'm from San Diego, and it just wasn't offered. Now you can't get away from it. Lacrosse is the fastest growing sport in the country, and there are high school and college programs popping up all over the country, which is incredible. But we just wanted a team sport and something new and fresh and different that offered a little bit of contact.
That's one of the good things. There's really nothing special in terms of equipment needed. This is a regular lacrosse stick, right?
It's a regular lacrosse stick, a regular head. The stick itself still has to measure 40 inches from one end to the other, and we require all the same equipment: helmet, shoulder pads, elbow pads, gloves. We do wear these like carpenter-style knee pads because sometimes when guys are trying to check the ball out of your stick, they will check down instead of across. And so the knee pads just kind of protect the top of our knees from getting clipped by the stick. And we do use a no-bounce indoor ball because our competitive venue is a roller hockey rink or like an inline hockey rink. You know, it was really important to us to maintain the integrity of the sport and not really change anything about lacrosse in order to accommodate our needs, but what do we have to do in order to accommodate lacrosse, right? How can we just kind of keep it as authentic as possible and really organically kind of just grow it, you know? When the guys play wheelchair basketball, they're not lowering the hoop, right? So for lacrosse, I mean, we want to keep it as traditional and, you know, as I guess normal and how it's been played, you know.
Still challenging.
Yeah. So a lot of guys complain about the stick or the gloves, but that's all a part of the game. And after an hour or two, you completely forget about it. You know? Yeah, I played a lot of wheelchair tennis, and I just thought, if you could push with a tennis racket in your hand, why not a lacrosse stick? And the idea lived with me for, you know, almost 10 years, and finally shared it with a group of guys motivated enough to go out and try it. And that was back in 2009, and here we are 5 years later, and we have 8 teams, and hope to be up to 10 or maybe 11 teams before the end of the year.
This is James Veltri, a Navy vet from Milwaukee who just participated in the lacrosse exhibition. What'd you think?
I thought it was awesome. I had a great time. That's definitely one of my favorite sports that I've ever played in a wheelchair. It's I like the aggression. The aggression's really, really good. It's good to hit somebody, especially with a stick.
Yeah, right? Exactly. You guys are prepared for it. You got the helmet, you got sturdy pads.
Pads, yeah. We got pads, wheelchairs. The wheelchairs are designed to actually take pretty big hits. There were a couple people that fell when we were playing, you know, that fell over. But, I mean, you got pads on. You're not going to get hurt, hopefully.
How'd you get involved in the exhibition? Did they say, hey, who wants to be in it? You said, that's for me, I'm signing up.
Kind of. I contacted Ernie and told him that I was interested in it, and he told me to come by at noon today. So yeah, I mean, after my registration, I got something to eat, and then I came up here.
Did you have to kind of prepare or practice for it, or you just kind of just come in and give it a shot?
I went to one of their camps, their lacrosse camps in May, 2-day camp, and it was in an inline. It was definitely probably the funnest camp that I've ever been to. I had a lot of fun. It was a great time.
Now, this is your second games, correct?
This is my second games, yes.
What can you tell us about the first year you're here competing? What sort of memories and stories you got from that one, and what then propelled you to come back and give it a go again this year?
You know, somebody made the realization to me. They're like, okay, like when we're at a convention or something where it's mostly disabled people, the able-bodied people are the weird ones. Like, we're not the weird ones. So, I mean, it feels good to be around people that have, like, disabilities as you, and are still, you know, going strong and doing great stuff.
And join us for more here, the 34th National Veterans Wheelchair Games here in Philadelphia on Speedy TV.
Speedy TV, live from the National Veterans Wheelchair Games, a service of Paralyzed Veterans of America.